My name is Tim Bonnie Threadgill, and this is Timbo Talk. We're going to be starting a series of shorts today on goals, specifically how to achieve our goals, how to have more success in setting and achieving goals, and how to have better outcomes specific and related to our goals. I'm breaking this into 3 shorts because I wanted to make the episodes kind of smaller, bite-sized episodes for you guys to kind of take in and to hopefully apply what we learned in the 3 shorts or 4 shorts or however many episodes that it takes to really see some progress. Okay, that's really my goal with talking about goals. This topic has really spurned from doing different groups on goals. When I worked emergency psych, I spent a lot of time with people who found themselves at crossroads. A lot of times I would work with people who were struggling with addiction. They would essentially sober up and come to, and they would be in our facility. Sometimes they'd be like, where am I? How did I get here? What happened? All those kinds of things. And I would have to work with them on kind of piecing things back together. For a lot of those patients, it was a wake-up call. And so for me, the thing that I really tried to push is, listen, the way that we move forward from here is up to you. But you can use this as a reset and kind of make some changes. And it looked different for each and every one of us. I had one dude, this is one of the more crazy things that happened. I had one dude that came to, I actually woke him up because the police had arrived at our facility. So he comes to, and the police are like, hey, we need to speak to him. So I go to his room, I wake him up, and we meet in kind of a meeting room, a neutral room. And they just stressed to him, hey, man, your wife has put a restraining order on you. You are not allowed to return to your home. He was so intoxicated and under the influence of various substances that he had no idea what happened. He was really struggling to piece things back together. And on top of it, he was told you can't return home or contact your wife. So he was really struggling just to figure out what happened, right? So all kinds of crazy things happen. If you come to and find yourself in that situation, it's probably a good time to talk about where we go from there. So I facilitated a lot of groups on goals, how we make progress, all those kinds of things. So part 1, we're going to be talking about smarter goals, better results. Okay. When we start talking about SMART goals, you've probably heard the term before, maybe not. If you haven't, I'll break it down for you. So SMART goals, SMART is actually an acronym, and SMART goals are helpful because we'll say things like, I want to get healthy. I need to save money. I should be more productive. Those are goals, and those are good things, but they're very vague. They're slippery. It's easy to let those things slide, and that's where SMART goals come in. So again, when we talk about SMART goals, it's an acronym, S.M.A.R.T. So when you talk about the S in SMART goals, well, I guess when I talk about the S in SMART goals in this instance, I'm talking about being specific. So the S in SMART goals stands for specific. We want our goals to be as specific as possible. So if we use the example we had earlier, instead of saying, I want to get healthy, my question to somebody who would say that would be, well, what does that look like? How do we become healthy? Are you going to stop smoking? Are you going to stop drinking? Are you going to exercise more? Are you going to eat better? Right? So let's get more specific with that. So instead of saying, I want to get healthy, you can say something like, I want to get more healthy by losing weight. Okay, perfect. That's specific enough. I know what that means. The M in SMART goal stands for measurable. And this is something that is also very important. And we'll talk about the importance of progress and monitoring progress later. But we want our goals to be measurable. This gives us a metric to measure by. So the M in SMART goals is measurable. So going back to the example that we just had, losing weight, getting healthier, you can say something like, I want to go to the gym 3 times per week, or I want to work towards losing 15 pounds. These are both measurable, easy to track, and that works. The A in SMART goals is achievable. And when I say achievable, I'm really asking you to be honest with yourself when establishing a goal. Okay? You can't be like, oh, I want to write a book this week. I want to lose 50 pounds this month. Is that realistic? It may be, it may not. But the important thing is that you consider it and that you really think about it. Okay, I want to go to the gym every day this week. Is that realistic? Maybe we start with, again, going 3 times per week. The R in SMART goal stands for relevant. And really what I'm asking you is, does this matter to you? A lot of times folks get motivated to change or do something different, and it's really not because it matters to them. It's coming from outside pressure. So if you say you want to lose weight, if you say you want to get healthier, does it matter to you? How invested are you in this goal? Is this your goal? Or is this your partner's goal? Or your kid's goal? Or your boss's goal? Or whatever that it may be. So is it relevant to you? How much do you care? Finally, the T in SMART goal stands for timely or time bound. And all I'm saying is, what's the deadline on this? Let's make things real, because I can sit around and talk about getting healthier or losing weight for 3 years. I've done that recently, believe it or not. But you have to set a timeline on things. You have to come up with a deadline for achieving your goal. Sometimes a deadline just for starting. Okay, so using the same example around getting healthy, you can say something like, I want to start going to the gym 3 times per week, and I'm going to start doing that by the end of the month. Okay, perfect. I'll check in with you at the end of the month and see where you're at. Or, hey, I want to work towards losing 15 pounds by July 1st. Okay, perfect. So if that's your goal, it's timely. You've put a time step on it. It's something that we can work towards and monitor. So reviewing real quick, SMART goals. The S stands for specific. Be specific with what it is you're working towards, what it is your goal is. The M is measurable. We want our goals to be measurable in some way. A is achievable. Is this realistic? Is this a realistic goal for yourself? The R is relevant. How much do you care? Is this goal relevant to you? Is this goal something you care about? And T is timely. Let's put a timeline on it. Let's put a deadline on it. Let's do something with it. SMART goals work because they give our goals structure and focus. When you define a clear path, your brain isn't just dreaming, it's executing, okay? Instead of I wish, you're saying here's how. Helps build confidence, and every time you follow through, you have more motivation because you're building momentum. Momentum beats motivation every single time. Your SMART goals don't need to be big. They don't need to be dramatic. Start small. Start with something meaningful. Start with something that fits into your life and your lifestyle, not someone else's. Most appreciative of your time. Hope that you guys will tune in for part 2 of the mini-series on goals. I'm Tim Body Threadgill, and this is Timbo Talk.